Greetings, everyone. Here we are at the scene of the crime. And I'm calling it a crime because I had a friend who worked in maintenance about not that many years ago. It wasn't someone I went to school with here. He was from a different era. He'd gone to Evergreen in the late 90s, and he, I think, wanted to teach or something. He was really a great musician. Wow. That used to be all thick forest through there. We don't even have like a little barrier anymore. There isn't even any sort of a green belt. It's just, wow. A couple little scrap trees that'll fall over in the wind soon. And he was very, very tall. I mean, like maybe one of the tallest, if not the tallest person I'd ever met. And he was very gentle, so kind of like your gentle giant type. And he was harassed like crazy by his boss. They didn't like him because he didn't fit, you know, he was a white male, what can I say? So the boss would have him do things where he had to kneel all the time. Here they've got a tall guy who could be changing the light bulbs, right? They could really use him for stuff, and every single thing he did required kneeling for hours, and he ended up losing his knees. They just wore away, and he was so deeply, it was even worse than that. Like, that's just like the one thing I remember is him having surgery, and they literally, his kneecaps had disintegrated, and that's not even the worst of it. So here's this competent guy with a really good attitude. He really wasn't your standard, you know, greener, you know, aversion to work. If you've seen any of my things on Kavanaugh here and why they were against Kavanaugh, and the whole kind of allegations of misconduct weren't even on there. It was all just, hating him because they said he had a work ethic. There's like a weird poster. So this is just tragic beyond belief. Some sweet parents or something sent their child here. Someone came here thinking, wow, I'm gonna go have a future and go to this fun school in the woods. Like, it's just, it's so hideous. And people like my friend Greg were pushed out, and they only wanted woke people who fit the narrative, but the woke people who fit the narrative didn't necessarily know how to fix things or know how to do anything. Okay, like, what, say you've got an airline, and the only person who, you know, is part of your narrative is the one who's blind. Do they get to be the pilot? I mean, and that's why I call this murder, you know. And this is one they can't sweep under the rug. They have swept so much under the rug over the years. And oftentimes people get rewarded for the horrible things they do. The professor who was in an avalanche, the dum-dum up at Mount Rainier. Everyone knows when avalanche season is. And then his wife became a senator because, you know, the husband was how is he a hero? Oh my God. Okay, we've got the fire department coming in. You know, they need to shut this place down or get rid of everyone and rehire, because, oh, they've got a little snowman there. Yeah, they didn't know that they were, this is traumatic for everyone. It's traumatic, like, it's just so traumatic. I just cried. Like, I had to come out here. I just started crying because I just couldn't believe somebody thought they were, you know, doing something right, doing something for their future. And instead, I guess it doesn't matter if I move fast or not. It's not like anyone's still alive to save, you know? I mean, wow. 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 How traumatic. How deeply traumatic. There's my old place right up ahead, with a cone on the roof. There's a cone on the roof. I don't know if that's for fun and giggles or if it's just how it is. But we've got law enforcement showing up, and it's all because they, you know, they got rid of Greg. They so tortured him. And it's weird that, like, the knee thing wasn't even, like, the half of it, you know, but how do they sweep this one under the rug? How do they sweep this one under the rug? You know, how do they sweep this under the rug? They'll try, of course, but they shouldn't be able to. This place is literally a death trap. If you can't even have your students safe from carbon monoxide poisoning, it's like the simplest thing on the planet. The simplest thing on the planet. And Greg was harassed. He left the state. And he had friends here. He was like a friendly guy, really good musician, everything, you know. But I don't know how this helps. I don't think just standing around, maybe they're going to go through and check all the other places and, you know, see what's going on. I don't know. I'm just here out of just utter disgust. It's unconscionable. You know, do you just call the parents and go, oops, oops? You know, what a crime-ridden, crime-filled, horrific place. And I don't know if there's any kind of vigil. I just see people kind of just walking around. This poor kid didn't even make it to Christmas. You know, didn't even make it to Christmas. My God.